Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam to all the devotees. Warm wishes for Diwali. Today's Namamrita will be read by Rajakumari Shubhani Mataji, and the transcendental wisdom will be shared by His Grace Narad Pran Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam. The effect of chanting the holy name is to become free from false egoism. The effect of chanting the holy name of the Lord is perceived by the chanter as liberation from the conception of false egoism. False egoism is exhibited by thinking oneself to be the enjoyer of the world and thinking everything in the world to be meant for the enjoyment of one's self only. The whole materialistic world is moving under such false egoism of I and mine. But the factual effect of chanting the holy name is to become free from such misconceptions. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.11. The devotee constantly chants Hare Krishna and remains aloof from the material body. A devotee is not hampered by the material body, although he is situated in a physical body that runs according to so many material conditions, such as just as there are 5 kinds of air functioning within the body, and so many organs, the hands, legs, tongue, genitals, rectum, etc., are all working differently. The spirit soul, the living entity who is in full knowledge of his position, is always engaged in chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and is not concerned with the bodily functions. As far as the material body is concerned, there are 6 waves or symptomatic material conditions: hunger, thirst, lamentation, bewilderment, old age, and death. The liberated soul is never concerned with these 6 physical interactions. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.17.29. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji and Mataji. So,
Hare
morning
Krishna.
chanted Bhagwan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, His Grace Ruplat Prabhuji ki Jai.
Jai.
So, as directed, I would like to add on this specific on this stanza. In this stanza, very clearly mentioned, the ego can be of 2 types: false ego and real ego. Actually, false ego has been created afterwards, but the real ego was from the beginning. So, what do we mean by real ego? Real ego means I, and false ego means also I. But the difference is, the false ego says, I am the owner, I am the enjoyer, and everything belongs to me. That means I am the owner. While the real ego says, I am not the owner, I am not the enjoyer, I am the servant and servant and servant of Lord. So that is the difference between false ego and real ego. Actually, because of our conditioned soul, the conditions which are adopted on the soul, we forget our real position, that we are the servant and servant and servant of Lord. And we think ourselves as the owner. Like we think that we are the owner of this family, we are owner of this wealth, we are the owner of this house, we are owner of this, that. So we consider ourselves the owner and enjoyer. And this whole material world is created for us for enjoyment. But that is not the real thing. Real thing is, it has been said in the Ishopanishad, Isha Vasam Idam Sarvam, Yat Kinchya Jagatam Jagad, Ten Tikten Bhunjita, Mahagada Ka Svedhanam. All the movable or immovable things which are you can see in this world are all belongs to Lord Krishna. He is the owner. However, many things have been given to us for our use, and for our temporary enjoyment, for our personal use as the allotment, like we live in the house as a live-in license. Similarly, this has been given to us, but we are not the owner and we are not the enjoyer. The Lord Krishna is the owner of everything. So we have to understand this point. When we consider that we are the owner, we are in the material condition and we consider wrongly. That's why it is called false ego. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, this helps us to understand the real position of us. As discussed in the Bhagavad Gita course, there are 5 constituents of our gross body. There are 3 bodies: gross body, subtle body, and spiritual body. So we consider spiritual body is the real ego, while other 2 bodies like the gross body and the subtle body are the body over and above the covers of the soul. So the first body is gross body, which is made of Panch Mahabhut, earth, water, air, fire, space, while the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. So here the false ego comes, and false ego is the constituent of material body. But the real ego is the soul. Soul is the Sachidanand, which is the part of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mame Vanso Jeev Loke Jeev Bhuta Sanadana. So we are the part of Krishna, and Krishna is Sachidanand. That's why our soul is also Sachidanand. So this real soul, which is Sachidanand, is us, is I, real ego. While the other mind, intelligence, false ego, the gross body, the senses, the hands, the legs, the genitals, the rectum, the all other things which are from the material body, they are all false ego. They are there, but the real self is remembered by the soul when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the wonderful arrangement Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to us. Then when we chant this mantra, the name of Lord, it allows us to forget this our false ego, and we understand our position as the servant of Lord Krishna. So we have to understand the soul is now floating in the 5 prana. There are 5 prana, and the soul is floating in that. There is pran, apan, bayan, saman, udan. And we have got 6 symptomatic condition of material body, that is hunger, thirst, lamentation, then old age, disease, and bewilderment. So these are the condition of material body. We become illusioned. We are already in this confusion. We become, we have to die ultimately, old age. So these are the condition of our false ego. That means the body, gross body. But the real body is soul. And soul is eternal. Sachidanand. Sat Chit Anand. Because we are the part of Krishna, so we are also Sachidanand. So this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is wonderful arrangement. And for the Kali Yuga, especially in this Kali Yuga, we have to chant. And when we chant, we forget this. We are not concerned about this material body. We are always connected to our real body. That is the I. So that's why we have to recommend. We are recommended, and we have to chant and keep on chanting. This will help us to remember us correctly. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam to all Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavat pranam to our Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Our